Yeah, well, speaking of all that, Kendrick, his tour.
Kendrick.
Yeah, it actually starts today. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar.
Who?
Yeah. So with the GNX,
Okay.
well, it's called the Grand National Tour, right?
Okay.
I've been seeing different narratives, and I want to talk to the OVO hoes.
Okay.
OV hoes. Now, you're not an OV hoe. You're just a Drake
right.
stan.
There's
a difference.
I'm a Drake fan just like we all are.
Are you sure?
Positive. We're all a Drake fan at heart.
Okay, who won the battle?
Drake.
Okay, Drake stan. So anyway, what I'm saying is the whole narrative now is, oh my God, he ain't selling out this tour. The metrics show that 95 or 96% of the stadium tour is sold out.
Okay.
But since he's not selling as many tickets in one particular city, which is Houston, and I looked and it got updated.
Okay.
But Drake stands. I just don't understand why y'all waste time. Like, people waste time going to see his metrics and what he's selling if you don't like him.
But see, that's the thing. I feel like that about a lot of things on the internet. People go out of their way to look up things to try to discredit the artist that they're going against to create a narrative. They do it all the time. As soon as someone's city doesn't sell out, it's getting plastered all over. The same thing happened with Future last year. Yeah. There was a handful of cities that didn't sell out. People couldn't wait to say that. Mm-hmm. I think Beyonce was having a little trouble with the Cowboy Carter.
Did that happen already?
I don't remember, man. I don't. But people ran to say how that wasn't wall to wall yet, even though she's got 15 years of wall to wall tours.
Yeah,
people can't wait to talk about the downfall of anybody, and so that's the part about social media that gets on my nerves.
Yeah,
bro, a stadium tour is not easy to pull off.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Perfect. And stadium tours don't actually have to sell out.
Yeah, that too. Not for them to be successful.
Not for to be successful. It's a fucking stadium tour. Yeah, so that's my thing. I'm like, with the whole narrative, I'm like, it's 96% sold.
Yeah, it's not that deep.
That's that.
That's people making a mountain out of a molehill.
Yeah.
Now, true indeed, Drake will sell it out. We all know that.
So Drake can't do a stadium.
Yeah, he can.
No, he can't.
Bruh, trust me.
I'll say Kendrick can't do it without SZA.
Okay, that's fair. Drake can do it by himself, which is also fair.
No, absolutely not.
But that ain't no joke, though. Listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck. A stadium tour ain't no hope. That ain't nothing to play with.
You have to, because when you remember how Beyonce do stadiums, right?
For sure.
She has multiple days. Taylor Swift had 3 dates. I want to say 3 Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yeah.
Beyonce the same. I remember when Kanye came here and was doing his listening session.
Yeah.
And he packed it out, but not the whole
not the
whole
thing.
stadium,
No.
but it was free.
Right.
And we had this argument about...
No, it was like $40. It was something cheap. It was like 30 or 40. What are you talking about when he did Donda?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like $30.
30. Okay, yeah, it was real
like
cheap. It was real cheap.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I was saying that everybody, if he did a full show, and I'm talking when you go downtown and you see people dressing up to actually go to the show and all that, everybody can't do that. And the reason that Kendrick is... 2 reasons Kendrick is able to do that. For one, solo tour, he has the highest grossing hip hop male solo tour of all time.
With Mr. Morale?
Yeah, Mr. Morale.
Yeah.
He has.
Which is interesting because that album wasn't that well.
It wasn't. And I was like, damn. So he broke record. You know what I'm saying? Because
it was worldwide too.
It was worldwide.
Yeah.
So the thing is, he has that on his plate. He has great performances. See,
for sure.
Kendrick does performances.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, didn't he do a tour with Travis Scott one year?
Really?
I want to say Travis Scott was opening up for Kendrick or something, like back during the Damn days or something like that.
Maybe so. I remember when Kendrick, real quick story, I remember when I went to go to the Yeezus tour and Kendrick opened up. I went to the one in Nashville.
Oh, okay.
Kendrick opened for the Yeezus tour.
Right.
And I was like, oh, shit.
And that's, yeah.
That was a minute ago. That was 2013.
Yep,
yeah.
2013.
So it's funny how far things have.
Yeah, so the thing is, when you're talking about Drake doing Mercedes-Benz Stadium,
that's a layup.
How Drake is, listen, I think Drake puts on a good show. Yeah, but Drake isn't a performer like Kendrick is.
But Drake is popular. He's more popular than Kendrick.
But that doesn't mean that popularity don't mean people will pay to go see you in large capacity at a stadium.
Then what does it mean then? What is popular if that ain't that?
Perfect example. You remember Usher. He did the Super Bowl last year.
Facts.
So he had like 6 shows in State Farm Arena.
That's a lot of shows.
Right. So they were like, well, why wouldn't he go to Mercedes-Benz Stadium so everybody could see him at once? Commerce don't work like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I would pay to go see Usher, but they're thinking in their mind, okay, if we extend this out, it'll be opportunity for more people to come.
Yeah.
Just like
because Atlanta's a hub. People
it's
travel
a hub.
to it.
Yeah. So it's like, everybody wouldn't try to come at one time. Because if I see it's just April 21st, if I can't make it, I can't make it. But if you say, hey, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, you be like, maybe I can,
I can swing that Saturday, I can swing that Sunday date or something like that.
So Usher wasn't going to be able to do a stadium by himself. Why not get an arena, which State Farm Arena ain't no joke.
Yeah, well, sure.
But even Usher with the buzz from his Super Bowl, it's like, nah, Kendrick has relevance on his side.
For sure.
He's hot. He's hot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Won the battle.
Yeah.
He won the battle. Yeah. Drake can't do stadiums, man. He would have done them already if he was going to do
it might be the same situation like you just said. Let's be honest, if you can do 5 dates in one city, that's got to count for something. If you're doing multiple dates in the city, when Beyonce goes to a city and does 3 or 4 dates, bro, that counts for something. Everybody's not doing that.
For something, but it's not stadium.
Nah, we grasping at straws.
Man, you're saying that Drake can do. Listen, I said Kendrick needs SZA,
right,
to pack out Mercedes-Benz
for sure, and Drake just needs Drake.
Drake, how?
Drake featuring Drake.
Drake doesn't have enough buzz to even do that. He don't. What buzz does Drake have right now?
He doesn't need. He's the #1 streamed artist on Spotify every month.
That don't mean shit. You know that stuff is fabricated. I just could play you a video where shout out to Brandman Shine on his podcast. Shout out to Brandman Shine. He has somebody on the show and talking about those numbers can be like it's misleading. Meaning, if I have 30 million followers, you remember what's her name? Sweetie.
Yep.
Sweetie got so many followers. You remember how much she sold the first week?
Yeah, don't nobody listen to that shit.
But I'm saying monthly listeners can be misleading. That's why you can't really go fully off of those metrics.
Yeah, so they can be misleading, but they can be misleading for everyone.
Yeah, so, I agree.
So you just, if we're taking away 10% of Drake's, then you take away 10% of everybody else.
I agree.
Then you still end up #1. Is
what I'm saying is this: Kendrick has the repertoire for it. He performed at the goddamn Super Bowl. That's the biggest show. He has people who never even thought to listen to him. You know when everybody was hating, talking about, oh, I hated the performance?
Yeah, there's a lot of people said that.
A lot of people said that, but then this is the most viewed one, and you've seen social media. It aged way better than when it was actually performed. And you know that.
Because people have memed it up.
Yeah, they memed it up.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm saying, in recent memory, I haven't seen it. Usher did a great performance.
Yeah, it was
but
fire.
It wasn't nobody trying to mimic Usher shit.
No, it wasn't.
You know, so Kendrick shit, he got what I'm saying, he got the wave right now.
Yeah.
You have to have that amount of buzz to go on a national tour of stadiums.
Well,
football stadiums at that.
Well, we're gonna revisit this. You're gonna let us know how the show went, because I damn sure won't be going.
Why wouldn't you go to a great show?
I've never been to a Kendrick show though, outside of him opening up for Kanye.
You've never been to a Kendrick show. Me neither. This is gonna be my first time. Yeah. I haven't been. But yeah, I know that him and SZA, that's a perfect combo. You wouldn't want to see Luther perform live? Are you crazy?
No, I'm straight. I'd rather see Luther himself.
You'd rather see Luther?
Give me hologram Luther.
Yeah. Hologram Luther. Okay.
Straight on Kendrick.
All right. So my next thing.
Okay.
Now you talk about Drake. Drake announced that he is working on an album.